Hi patrons. Right, okay. Cadmium yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. I've just uploaded, well I haven't uploaded yet, but I've just videoed one for YouTube. I'm going to do something similar. Simplicity in watercolour, I suppose we call it. Alan Owen is a master at simplicity in watercolour. Largely in the style of Ranson, not Ranson, doesn't use to Ranson, in Seago and Edward Wesson, and I love simplicity. Ron Ranson taught very simple techniques and materials, but Alan has been using this 30mm medium Ron Ranson Hake by Pro Art. So I've just had one delivered and I've done a painting with it, and it's an absolutely magnificent brush. The old original Pro Art brush was that one, and one with this type of ferrule. But these, you know, the difference between the two, they're the length of they're 1/4 of an inch, nearly a centimetre longer, and they come to a nice edge, nice corner, and it's straight rather than a curve. So I'm going to use that one for this demo. So I'm going to give the paper a good, well, not a good wet, but a wet all over. What I did just done was wasn't wetting wet. I just made it wetting wet as I went along. But I'm not such a lover of. Doesn't suit my technique really. I like the wetting wet. And by the time you get down to the bottom of the picture, the paper's pretty dry, and it takes dry brush, which is lovely. Okay, so into that we can whack in some colours. So a bit of raw sienna, just all over, just to give a unity. If you're using clips, try to go as close to the edge of the clips as possible, because otherwise, when you put it in a mount, you've got this white serration down the edges. Right, and we want a bit of red in there. So let's just. That's why I like watching Stephen Cronin doing all this. I first came across Ron Ranson over 30 years ago. Someone had a video in our Carshalton Warrington art group, which I was a member for many years, and I borrowed it, and then I bought the big brush watercolour books, and it just knocked me sideways. I went from not being able to do a watercolour like Roland Hilda to be able to do an impressionist watercolour in the style of Ron Ranson, and I was so chuffed about that. So I just had a bit of nice cloud in there. You can really overwork this paper, and it is so forgiving. It's absolutely gorgeous. So thanks to Smoothie77, he's on Patreon as well. Okay, Simple Sky. Now, I'm going to dry that now. So, well, I'm just going to take the shine off the paper. If you haven't joined us all on Matthew Clemens' page on Facebook, Ron Ranson Disciples, Fast and Loose Watercolours, have a look at it, join it if you're on Facebook. Joe Menza's on it, Matthew of course, me, some others. For those who try to get away from getting bogged down in detail, right, okay, I'm going to put a bit of a low horizon, so just a bit of hill blue. This paper takes a real hammering. It's amazing stuff. £90 rough. Ken Bromley's got a batch of it, or had a batch of it. But I told him to get some more because it is such a great paper, inexpensive. That's the thing. Alright, let's get a bit of yellow in that. Let it blend a bit. Look, it doesn't sort of go into cauliflowers. I'll go over that a bit later on. Alright, let's get a bit of yellow and blue. Get a nice green. Look at that ultramarine and that cadmium yellow. Then we can put a bit of raw sienna, burnt sienna, sorry, with that green. Warm it up a bit. And we move shadow on the land. Let's go right over to there. So we'll have a bit of burnt sienna and a bit of Payne's grey. Get a bit of that shadow on that land there. Okay, reclip the paper again. You don't have to reclip your paper, but I would advise it. Keep it lovely and flat. Once you've done it a couple of times, it'll stay pretty flat. Look at that, perfectly flat. Lightweight paper with all that water on it. It's dry flat. Right. Mute your sound. Ready, go. I'm just trying to get some strong subjects in the middle distance there. Alan's just produced a lovely watercolour of a church in Norfolk with just a clump of trees, bit of fence, beautiful little painting. Go and have a look at it. And I'm just not mimicking, but there's distant trees in here. Smashing that brush. Okay, keep along those lines. If it splits, just get it in some water and work it back together again. I'm mixing a bit of burnt sienna with the blues and the put village in it. Makes a change from all the Lakeland scenes, but autumn colours. This is sort of essentially Norfolk, but trying to get away from detail. Now, what we're going uphill a little bit, it doesn't matter, but Norfolk does have some hills in it, on it. Okay. Change the shape. If you don't like this shape, you don't want it all even, symmetrical. Just break up the outline with different bits. Okay. Look at that. The one problem with the wet skies and the rest of the landscape, I'm putting in hard edge stuff now against this diffuse fluffy look, so you've got a variation in technique, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. You can when it's dry, you can always go over it if you want to risk it. I don't, of course. I would shy away from doing anything more to that sky. I like it as it is, but it's a contrast between hard and soft. Let's put a bit of a bush in here. Plenty of Payne's Grey. I have a sort of love-hate relationship with Payne's Grey. So just a little bit of foreground, bit of detail. But no more. Just some warm colours in here. Okay, let's just go that over there a little bit just to show there's something going on. But we're looking at that, you're looking at that, not down at your feet. That's the point I try to make. Some solid stuff in there. Might put a bit of a fence. Alan Owen just knocks these out there. Nobody's business. And the one he did, the little beauty, he couldn't find it. He thinks he's thrown it away. I said, cool, you've got to send it to me. We spend hours on the phone every week. Okay. Fletcher Watson used to, when it was wet, would get his penknife out and scrape out the grass, few grasses, but you don't need too much. Right, now we're going to put in too much. Let's clean the brush. I'm going to put a church in there. I'm going to use the same colour as the sky, but just a little bit more intense, blue. But I don't want it too far over. But remember, there's a nice space for it. Put Norfolk Church in. Alan won't mind me nicking his church. Some buttresses in there, I think. It's going straight. Oh. So I do it always with one brush. Okay, get the roof in. When the brush splits, you can bring it back together again by just soaking in a bit of water. Just one brush. Okay, let's. I want to put a few little buildings in there just to show winning. Just elaborate a little bit. Let's have a cottage or two. Probably smudging a bit there, but I must have made it a little bit bigger now. Go to the side, move my chair around. Okay. Another chimney there, another one there. Oops, oh well. Okay, just a hint of buildings there. I'm not going to do much more than that. I can put slightly larger trees in the blue and grey. So a bit of yellow in here, a bit greeny. prefer that blue. Okay, put a bit of a there's a clump of stuff there, so bit of blue, a bit of everything, just for a rich dark in here. Another clump of trees in there. Right, get a nice dark green. Oh, it's got very dry now, the paper. Oh, let's just I might be trying to do too much here. You can always use your rounds. Don't always blame the brush. Quite often it's down to bad painting. So just come over the edge a little bit there. Okay, that'll do. Now we can just put in just some dark bits in there. Okay, now a bit of shadow, I think, coming from that tree. So a bit of red, bit of blue, but not too heavy for the shadow. So the light's sort of obviously coming from there, so it's just it's all about how much water you got on the brush, as much as anything. Don't put all the fence in if you're going to put fence in. Just bits and pieces, because the eye will, or your brain will fill in the details. That's all you need. Right, okay. I'm reasonably pleased with that. Any more than that would just be too much. Even figures in that would unnecessary. I'll sign it and put it on the mountain and have a look at it. Could have a bird though, couldn't we? Or two. We won't. Yeah, we will. We just put a little couple of birds in. Okay, just add some. I could put a bit on the where I've got a blob. Okay, that'll do. Let's put that on it. Got a cup of tea now. So there we are. Profound simplicity. That is simple, isn't it? Is that better? Profound simplicity. I quite like that. So, see you. That's not going to lift out. See you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a look at Facebook if you have a mind, if you're on Facebook, because it could be quite a useful channel for all of us. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.